The biggest lessons I've learned in my life are here. Through different topics, I'm going to inspire and motivate you to reach your success and your dreams. I'm so grateful that you're here on Journey to Success. So let's enjoy my next episode together. Hello, Jason. My name is Fabio from the Fabio Podcast, Success Stories, and today we're going to talk about your journey to success. But first, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Super. Yeah, of course. So, all right. So let's see. Who is Jayson Johnson? So Jayson started from scratch in the entertainment industry and has now become a content producer for networks like Discovery, Amazon, Netflix, and more. But before this, who were you? So what was your life like? So can you tell us about your comfort zone before you became the person you are today? So go on. It's all yours.
Sure. I am originally from the Chicagoland area. I moved out to California probably about 12 to 13 years ago. But from an early age, I always was just really... I loved movies and just TV and just always just thought that was just something magical. I never knew how I would get an opportunity to get into it just because it just seems like, whoever's on TV, that's like another world, like these magical people that walk amongst us. So, I just always wanted the opportunity, didn't know how it would ever come to fruition. But as I got into college, I had got a small opportunity to work in an independent film, and then from there, I just really got opportunity and just developed a love for it and really went after it.
Right.
So I guess that's who I am.
Nice. It's I'm gonna make some question to you. Very, very. I don't know if someone made to you this already, but we dream to become maybe a singer or an astronaut or a chef, but you you wanted to become a producer and writer for a show so specific, so different. I mean, what was the motivation that led you to think like, hey, I want to become a writer for a show? So it's very, very targeted. So what was it?
Yeah, well, I think I tried a lot of different things before I eventually settled and said, hey, I really want to do this. I'm going to go after it. It's funny that you said, we imagine ourselves being a chef. And I actually at one time wanted to be a chef.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I grew up cooking with my mom, and she said, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know. I really like to cook. And I went to culinary school for 3 years, and we had like an externship that after you finish like the basics and the training and in the school, you go work at a restaurant. And I absolutely hated it. I was just like, oh my God, this is terrible. So, I said, okay, well, at least I'll know how to take care of myself. And then I went back to school. So.
Right. Okay. Well, just a question out of topic. So, what is your favorite Italian dish, and what is your best Italian dish you ever never made in your life?
So the best Italian dish, I'd have to say, I'm really a pasta guy. So any type of, this is probably going to sound really generic, but any type of like pasta, whether it be fettuccine, angel hair. Right. I guess I really like spaghetti with clams. That's like a favorite of mine. But you could put any type of Neapolitan pizza in front of me, I'm going to just chomp that down, especially if it has the right crust and, just the right undercarriage and everything. I watch Portnoy on YouTube a lot with his pizza reviews, and it's
but it's here I see that you actually know about food, because you didn't say I like pizza, but you specified Napolitan pizza, because we have a different type of pizza in Italy, you know. So
Yeah.
the Roman it's more thin, the Napolitan it's more thick and like gummy. So yeah. Okay. So you like to cook, and still you decided to, I don't know, to work in environment industry. But do you remember the trigger, like something that, I don't know? Do you have any memory, something like that, truly led to you to say, you know what? I actually like to be in this environment. So what was it?
I'd say I probably back in about 2008, I was working at
Great.
this I was working at this in this design job, and um it just circumstance had it that I was the job was ending, and I didn't know what I was going to do, and I ended up taking a job working in a computer lab teaching um like Illustrator and things of that nature. And they also had uh, Adobe Premiere, which was an editing software. And at that moment, I started to learn how to edit. And at that point, I said, I'm going to go after this with everything I got.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know anything about it. I know that I've wanted to do this forever. So here's my opportunity. I'm going to learn whatever I can. And I'd stay at some point, during that job. I was working part time, but I would stay overnight just learning how
Yeah.
to edit and just the ins and outs of just how to put together a nice video.
I truly feel you, you know. Like, I was actually thinking this today. I was thinking, okay, so to become successful, you need three keys. Oh, well, that's what I used to think. So it's persistent,
Hmm.
consistency, and discipline, right? But with these three keys, I was thinking myself, so after a decade of a lot of experiments online and around trying to get the financial freedom, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I never got it. Okay. So now I'm a podcaster. So I love it. And today I understood that the fourth key is belief, you know, believing. When you truly believe 100% of you really want to do in your life, you give everything of yourself. And I think that once a person reach that point, then he can truly do whatever he can do. So I think that's what happened to you, I guess, and to all the people that achieve their dreams. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree. I do believe that you have to have persistence because you can be really great at something, but if you uh, just fail one time and then you stop, then
Yeah,
you're never gonna see your full potential. And you
yeah,
have to have your grit because stuff is not easy, and I guess I would align with discipline. And but you're right when it comes to the dream aspect. You have to believe or dream that it's possible. Otherwise, you're never gonna take that first initial leap to
yeah,
to try and do it.
yeah. Correct. Okay, so well, after this experience that you had about editing and you liked it, I mean, I don't think it was always in Italy. We say roses and flowers, right? So we say rose e fiori. No, I don't think was everything smooth. So I guess maybe you question yourself if you were good in this environment or everything was smooth and beautiful.
Oh no, it's in some cases it's been a nightmare
Oh
because
Jesus! I didn't expect this answer. Okay, go
yeah,
on. I'm very
it's
curious now.
yeah, because there's times where I had like no money coming in, and this was like a really humbling thing for me. But probably about 7 years ago, I couldn't find a film freelance opportunity, so the only place that I could find steady work was um, cleaning up the streets in the city that I worked at. And this was not a very glamorous job, especially since I went to college. I have a master's degree. Uh,
All right.
so I was thinking, man, I'm trying to follow my dreams here with this film thing. It's not working out, and now I'm cleaning up after other people that live in the parks and stuff like that. It was just I couldn't believe it. But I think I maybe this is true. You let me know, but um, I think when you have a dream, life has a funny way of saying, "Is this what you really want?" Because I'm going to test you.
Yeah.
And at any time you give up, then you really didn't want it anyway.
Yeah. 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 It's true. I mean, this reminds me a little bit all the old actors, like Sylvester Stallone, for example. He sold his dog or cat to,
Hmm.
and another one. I think he was a taxi driver for years before to be inside this environment. So, but if you believe in something, you truly do whatever you have in your power. If you don't have a power, you create that power. So that's what I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree. And one more thing that I do, I always listen to tapes of people like Sylvester Stallone or Steve Harvey, or just there's a lot of people that had hard times, um, and how they were able to kind of get themselves through that onto the ultimate success that we see.
Yeah. 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 Correct. I'm gonna make some sensitive question, Jason. Yeah.
Sure.
And of course, I'm not here to offend. So in case, stop me if I do. But like, do you think your ethnia? You think that kind of slow it down, like the process to become who you are right now? Like your the fact that in somehow how can I say the fact that in Hollywood or in this environment, in this industry environment, they pick up certain type of people, did kind of slow down, yes or not?
Uh, yeah. So uh, I want to say that there is or may have just ended the Hollywood strike, and
Okay.
there are opportunities for people, and I know that there are hundreds of thousands of
Yeah.
people that go to Hollywood, and they have good intentions, good work ethic, and everything, and
Okay.
for whatever reason, it just doesn't work out for them.
Okay.
So I know that could be a possibility for me.
Okay, okay. Well, evidently for you was good anyway. I mean, you went through, and here you are. So it's very very good. And what was your recovery moment? Like, did you have any crisis that for you was kind of something that you how can I say, something that impacted you in a very stronger way, and at the end you recover, but with some um, with some difficulty? What there was something like that, or also in this case your recovery moment from some crisis was smooth?
Um, well, we may need more than 30 minutes to talk about my crises, but um, I guess I can sum up a few of those. At
Right.
one point, I was homeless, and
Okay.
had to figure out how I was going to get back on my feet. I've had people that I've been in relationships with people that I absolutely loved, and they left me because they didn't feel that uh, I would be successful. I had someone in particular that told me I would never make a dime,
Oh my
and
God.
and said that after she was leaving me, So, in all these experiences, um, it's almost like someone takes a like the big crocodile Dundee knife and cuts you in half, and you have to kind of stitch yourself back together. Um, because you have the hope and belief and faith that things are going to work out the way that you envision them. So um,
Understand.
it is painful, but you use that pain to propel your dreams forward.
I mean, looks very painful. We are talking about someone who used to love, and this person didn't believe you. So I don't know. What is the feeling? Frustration, maybe, or what was the feeling at that moment?
Um, at the moment, I went through just a gut wrenching despair, just because at this time, I had vested a lot into this relationship, and I thought that I would be with this person. I think that maybe, uh, I guess I can admit it. I feel that I'm a romantic, and I want to have that wife, and that family, etc. And when she left, I felt that all that uh, was completely gone, and I may never get that back again. So I had a lot of despair and just hurt and betrayal, and just every raw emotion in the book, and I had that for a really long time.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I think it was your love of your life. So, and as you say, you are a romantic person. I feel you, and well, maybe you also experienced some self doubt, I guess, or not, or you were sure about yourself, your path at that moment. Before we go through, if you're enjoying this podcast, please consider taking just 3 seconds to share it with someone else. It is a small gesture that could make a big difference in someone's day. Now, sit back and enjoy the rest of the episode.
You know, I I'd like to say I was, but one thing that I've realized is during the artist journey, there's not always going to be days where you believe in yourself, but there's almost always someone that will kind of come out of the shadows or the woodwork or whatever you want to say, and they'll give you that little small piece of inspiration to keep going. And I've luckily always had that right when I was able to, ready to give up and throw the towel in, saying that I can't do this anymore. Someone would say, "Hey, Jayson Johnson, you really inspire me. I hope that you keep going," and that really gave me the strength to keep going, to aspire towards going after
Right.
my goal.
You actually anticipate my next question, because I was actually asking you, how did you recover? How do you recover on bad experiences or sad experiences? But looks like that in your case was your strength, um, was the people around you, the people who believe in you. So that's also very beautiful. The other
Yeah,
side of the coin.
I can also add a little bit to that, if that's okay. I
Mm,
would say, whenever you are in a compromised position and you're hurting, like let's say you had a breakup or you lost a job, or whatever this scenario, the key is to keep moving, um, and to not just get on the couch, watch Netflix, and eat yourself until you can't fit in your clothes. Uh, Idea is to keep moving, because when you're active, then things just kind of happen, serendipitously. You'll meet someone, or some type of opportunity will arise. So I think that is what's really key.
Right. Beautiful. And all right, all right. So, well, I guess any experience give us some strength and motivation to go forward. All right. Which experiences gave you the right motivation and strength to go through and to realize your dream? Tell me.
Sure. So I'd say after my breakup, I had this friend that, really encouraged me. And I was telling her that I didn't really have any experience or anything. And she suggested that I just go door knocking, on people's doors. And it would say no solicitation, but, I put my resume together. Um, the small amount of experience that I did have, and I would go and I would knock on doors and say, "Hey, I'm Jayson Johnson. Really want an opportunity in film." And a lot of times they would say, "No solicitation, get out of here." But
Hmm.
one production company gave me an opportunity, and that gave me a lot of confidence to keep going, because I ended up working there for 3 years and really learned a lot of stuff that I never thought that I would ever get an opportunity to learn.
Wow, beautiful. Where have you been actually? So if you can you mention some uh, movie or TV show where you were into with some creation?
Sure. The company that I was just talking about, it was called Indigo Films, and it's a small boutique production company here in the Bay Area. But they produce a lot of content for Discovery ID,
Oh,
and it's
right.
kind of like your docudrama
Okay,
themed. So they would do shows like "I Almost Got Away with It," where someone went to jail, they escaped, and then they're documenting their life on the run.
that's cool.
Yeah. So I was hired as a production coordinator, and for that role, I would get to see the breakdown of what each show cost. The line items as far as expenses and um, what was appropriate in a film production. So right there, I started to get an understanding of, okay, I can estimate how much this is going to cost. I know how many people we're going to need to make this film production. I know what the insurance is going to cost, or travel time, meals, breaks, etc. So I got a really good understanding of the film industry just from working in that role.
Beautiful. Love it. Nice, nice. Well, you today you are in a better place. So you had your experiences and you experiment a lot before to know what to do in your life. And today, who are you? So who is Jayson Johnsons? Tell me.
Uh, Jayson Johnson is a film director, writer, and a independent producer that is on the cusp of making a feature film. Um, I am someone that, uh, although I don't take myself too seriously, uh, I do have the respect of my peers
Yeah,
and have done quite a bit of film production work in a very short amount of time, and have won and have had some accolades in doing so. So, uh,
love it.
yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's good. You know, as you notice in this episode, also in previous episode as well of my podcast, I really like to show um, the trigger, the crisis, and the recovery, and especially the better place. So in this way, people around us, my listener, my community, but generally all the people who reach my podcast, they understand that doesn't matter what happened in their life, so we are all human, but if we have that light, and that consistency and persistence and dream, especially. So if you have that dream, you can, if you just believe, you can reach it. So if you have that amount of strength and motivation. So that's the reason why I really like to to go forward on I don't know, on this circle that every human being has, basically. So yeah, and you did very good, and I'm very happy that you are here, Jason. Truly.
I'm very happy that you've given me the opportunity to tell my experiences on your podcast. And I'm really thankful for a podcast like this because, there's a lot of people that have dreams, and,
Yeah,
it, I think that as kids, we're told that um, you can be anything that you want to be. And then as life happens, then, somehow you start to devolve
yeah,
from, or kind of go from that dream into what's comfortable.
yeah.
Because, there's a this reasoning or rationale that we're kind of programmed into saying, well, that was what we told you as a kid, but now that you're an adult, then you need to get into the real world
It's
and you need
true.
to give that up.
They program you. They program us
Yeah,
indirectly or directly. Like everything starts from our parents because they have been programmed as well. That's what I think, and so on. So from parents, family, and school, and society, and after a certain age, you don't even know what you want to do in your life because someone else decided for you, and this is very sad, truly.
yeah. And that's why it's really, I'm really happy and thankful for what you do, Fabio, because
Thank you.
um, people need to unlearn what they were taught from their parents.
Yeah.
And it's not that their parents are bad people. I
No.
don't want to, make that, connection. But I think your parents, in the most case, they had dreams too when they were kids, but then,
Yeah.
the real world happened. And then they said, okay, well, I'm going to, do this because it's going to get me money. And then that money is going to give me the life that,
They do this to protect us,
yeah,
like they don't want that we are gonna get the same disappointment they had it,
yeah,
right? But the truth is that if you go through a little bit more, and if you try to climb the rock a little bit better, and that if every time you fell you get up a little bit better, so then you go through, and if you go through, then you can realize whatever you want. So that's what I think. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Because if we gave up on, like, let's say you're a baby and you're trying to learn how to walk, and the life of a walking baby is, they crawl and then they try to prop themselves onto a table and stand up, and then they fall and walk a little bit, then they fall on their butt, and then they keep trying, but and eventually they're able to walk. But in between that time from their crawling to the time they're walking, they fell like probably hundreds of times.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
have to really look at your journey in life, that you're going to fall, but you have to keep
yeah.
getting up and keep being diligent.
Yeah, yeah, but it's true. It's like they put you the third and the fourth wheel on the bicycle, but doesn't matter because if you take it off both of them, then you still fell because you didn't learn to, you didn't learn to go
Mm.
to do bicycling. So it's the same. Beautiful, nice, nice, nice. We were a little bit in the flow. Love it. And right. So, is there anything else would you like to say or promote before concluding, Jason? Tell me.
Well, I don't have anything to sell at the moment. I guess if well, I guess I'll take that back. I do hats that are on our website, Strike Five film hats. And our motto is Strike Five because they say in life, if you strike out 3 times, you're out. But I believe that you have to keep striking until you get the hit or
Yeah,
the home
correct.
run that you're after. So that's why we call ourselves Strike Five. But yeah, if your viewers want to come to our site and check us out, then we have films there, and we'll post this podcast there as well.
Super. And with this, we can close the episodes then. So thank you, Jason, for being here to the Fabi podcast. And thanks to my community for always being here. A hug and see you next Wednesday. Cheers. Here we are. Congratulations. You just finished my entire episode. So, the only thing I ask is to take a moment to give Journey to Success a rating. By the way, thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success. I'm very grateful. Thank you and see you next time.